If flying drones is your hobby and you're passionate about it, what do you do when you're waking up on a day like this, where the wind's howling and the rain's coming down and there's no visibility because there's 100% cloud cover, and UAV tells you you've got minimal satellite locks, and it tells you under no circumstances should you be out flying? What do you do? Do you sit in the house and watch Good Morning TV? No. You pick up your drone and you get out and you fly. There are three main reasons why you shouldn't come out and fly on a day like this, particularly if you're flying a mini drone, a drone that is under 250 grams. The first reason is the wind. If the wind's too high, there's a strong possibility that you might get a flyaway. That drone might just not have the power in its motors to bring you back against a headwind. The second reason is the rain. If it's raining, even just a little bit, while the drone's up, the motors are exposed and the wet water, of course water's wet, the wet water will get into the motors, possibly causing corrosion later on down the line if you don't properly dry them out straight away. The third reason is your footage is going to be absolutely rubbish. You've got 100% cloud cover. Look how dull it is. You're not really going to see anything all that interesting, especially if you're out in the countryside like I am. You're going to be able to film some floodwater here, a bit of greenery, but it's going to be dull and uninteresting, and you may have a lot of work in post and yet when you're doing your edit to make it look even the slightest bit interesting. So double, maybe even more the amount of time required to edit your video. But that doesn't mean you can't fly in weather like this. And I've got Lassie here, and I'm going to put her up not for long today because the weather is atrocious. But I'm going to put her up just to show you what the footage is like. And I might even do an unedited clip of the footage to show you what it's like, followed by a clip where I've done a bit of post work. Now, I'm no expert in editing, but I can do a little bit of colour correction and a little bit of exposure correction and maybe brighten things up just a little bit. So I'll show at the end of the video the two flights, or the one flight, but side by side, an unedited version and then a version where I've done a little bit of post work. So it is possible that you can get a semi-decent bit of footage on a day like this. Now the rain has kind of stopped for a minute. It's still, I can feel a little bit of moisture coming down, but it's not howling down with rain. But it is quite a strong wind. And as you see on the UAV app here, the weather conditions aren't good at all.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Thank you very much. So I'm recording in 4K at 30 frames per second, both on Lassie and on the DJI Pocket 2 that I'm using to do this little vloggy type narration thing. So let's get her up.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
And I point her straight at me. And a lot of people have asked, why do I do this? 1, 2, 3 in some of my videos. Well, it's so that I can sync up the footage from the DJI Pocket 2 and the footage from Lassie in my editor. And once I've got those lined up, I know that everything's in sync. So as you can see, the rain's starting to come down a bit now. I don't know if you can see it's falling on the lens. So Lassie is getting doused with water. But we'll send her off for just a wee flight around that floodwater. Not sending her too far. Maintaining a visual line of sight as always. And not only visual line of sight, but maintaining visual line of sight with the orientation of the drone completely visible at all times. Of course. So that's what I would say is a healthy wind. right there. And I don't want to take her too high, because if the wind is this strong at 5 metres, then I would imagine that it's going to be blowing a gale up at 30 or 40. So there's just a gentle wee flight. She hasn't gone far at all. Just round in a big circle, and that part of the land there is going to become more and more flooded as the day goes on. So here she comes. So a simple enough flight there, with the strong winds, strong rain, UAV saying that you really shouldn't fly when it's like that, but as you can see, Lassie handled it very well. She isn't wobbling about too much just now, but that's because I'm in a kind of a sheltered area at the moment. I've taken up my position just under this hill here, and I'm kind of sheltered all round from the wind. So Lassie's looking, well, she's looking a bit stable there. Maybe not 100% stable, but she's looking not bad. But when she's up and away from the protection of the hills, she does take quite a bit of a beating. She's drifting about quite a bit there, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see her on the camera there, but she is drifting about a bit, and the wind's blowing in that direction. So as long as I don't take Lassie too far over that way and give her a strong headwind to come back, everything should be all right. But with that wind that's blowing, and I don't know if you can tell just how strong it is, what I'll do is I'll take Lassie over there. So she's now going to be flying directly into the wind to come back to me. And she's managing that fine. And you can see that those gusts are up in the 30s. But these wee drones can handle that. The real concern is the water that's going to be getting into our motors just now. And what I'll do is when I get her home, I'll dry her off as best I can, and then I'll probably put her on a towel on top of a radiator where the heat coming up should hopefully evaporate all of the water. There's sprays you can get. I think WD-40 might work, I'm not quite sure. If you know any sprays that can push the water out of motors, any mechanics there, please leave it in the comments and let us know. That would be handy to know. I don't know. I know there's some things, but I'm not sure what they are. Right, so that's enough for today. And we'll get Lassie away and get her in as quickly as we can. And what I'll do now is I'll put that footage, you've probably, no, you haven't seen it yet, you'll be seeing it now. I'll show you that unedited footage, and then I'll do a wee bit of post work and see if I can just brighten up and make it look a little bit better, and I'll show that footage, and then I'll put the two side by side and you can get a comparison with both of them. So thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, why not? Just hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it will really help my channel grow.
Knee-jerk reaction is fight or flight. First sign of color, I run and hide. But you came like rain on a summer night, and I think you're rewiring my mind. I've been taking cover under my skin, but I wanna step out outside and take it all in. 'Cause baby, it's like a light storm to be yours. Thunder crashing till the sky's torn. You're like a light storm, a light storm. Oh, oh, a light storm. I love the way you bring me to life. One touch and I'm on some kind of high. You're painting scenes on my storyline, so carry me where you like. I'm used to taking cover under my skin, but I wanna step outside and take it all in. 'Cause baby, it's like a light storm to be yours. Finding freedom in the downpour. You're like a light storm, a light storm. Oh, a light storm. Baby, it's like a light storm to be yours. Feelings flooding through the front door. You're like a light storm, a light storm.
We got love that we'll never need to hide. Love will always rise above. Whatever comes, we will be just fine. If I am yours and you are mine. Take my hand and let's fly away to another galaxy. Hold me close, I want to feel your love. Together we are free. Just be with me. Just be with me. Just be with me. Now we're one with the sun over our heads, and at night we'll be the stars. We can go any place that we want to. I don't care if that's too far. Take my hand and let's fly away to another galaxy. Hold me close, I want to feel your love. Together we are free. Just be with me. Just be with me. Just be with me.
Thanks very much. See you in the next one.